Hello, lovely people of YouTube. This is Jay. Today, I'm just gonna talk about this weird watch that I have and I had for a while. This is called the Sicura Safari, which is a diver. It's a diving watch from the 1960s. It has the usual 60s aesthetic. It has a really chunky case. It has a really cool dial with orange and blue and this dark gray sunburst finish. It also comes in other variations. It has like green dial as well. Um, Also orange, if I remember correctly. But it's an inexpensive watch from Sicura, which is just a sister company of Breitling. But it's really is not Breitling because this watch, at first glance, it might be in stainless steel, but it's actually chrome plated. It's in nickel, so it's a cheap watch, but it's super fun. If you can see, the bezel on this thing actually has a really cool 3D, um, bezel with 0 to 60 markers, which is pretty cool because Rolex Submariner has only a flat bezel with a number printed on the bezel, but this one has like pretty cool, floating numbers, which are really good if you touch them, sort of like engraved. They're really fun to touch, and you can rotate them. If you're a diver, you go into water. It's really good for underwater timing of how much oxygen you have left in the tank. This one actually has a date function, pretty useful. Yeah, but really, what sets this watch apart and makes it tremendously dangerous to wear is this knife built in the case. As you can see, it's really crazy to me. Like, when have you ever seen a watch that has a knife built in it? Like, look at it. When you look closely, you can see this is a Victorinox, Switzerland, as the famous Swiss knife brand. It makes sense because Sicura, being a Swiss company, working with another Swiss knife brand, it's a Swiss collab, as they say it. So it makes sense. But it's really weird because, yeah, sure, diver needs a knife underwater, some scenarios, to cut the I don't know. I've never dived that deep before. I guess to cut some fish net or the seaweed or grass on the water, it's really useful. But you notice it when you wear in the left hand, as most people do. I it's 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 tremendously dangerous because you cut yourself when you pull the knife out, and it's same on this hand. Like, it will definitely cut yourself. It's a great concept, but in reality, how would you ever use it? I first saw this watch at a watch fair on Pucci Papalio's wrist, who is a great Daytona scholar and collector. He's a bunch of Rolex, really good ones. But he was wearing this one, which is really odd to me because he has a bunch of rare Rolex. But he's happened to wear this one, which is really inexpensive and looks really weird. What is it? But then I saw a picture of him pulling the knife out, which is crazy. I've never seen something like that. I guess the rationale for him, though, to use this knife is to open the case backs at watch trade shows. So, to check if the movement are good or not. So I guess this gives the watch a new life. You can use this watch to open another watch if you're a watch collector. Yeah, but another cool feature of this watch is this has a really curve to the case, like here. So I didn't understand it at first, but if you put it on, it really hugs well to your wrist. It's I believe it's 50 millimeter. It's a quite big watch, but it has basically no lugs, and it's yeah. Actually, I have a rather small wrist, I think. But it's okay. Like it works well on the wrist. Like you could wear it. But definitely not with the knife out of the case, I guess. But once again, let's see. You just basically pull here, and you can see the knife going out like that. I guess you can cut cheese with it or open case back with this watch. But yeah. Here you go. This is a Sicura Safari Diver. It's actually has another good feature too because it's manual wind, which I really like. I enjoy manual wind movement on this rather cheap and bizarre watch. It's not a great movement, but it really adds to the charm of a tool watch, as this is. Yeah, so this is ultra dangerous tool watch from the 1960s. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.